Viruses and hand sanitizers. Most waterless hand sanitizers use alcohol as their active ingredient. Ethanol and isopropyl alcohol are both used. Alcohol-based hand sanitizers are generally considered to be effective for preventing the spread of clinical infections such as skin infections and wound infections in hospital settings. They are also thought to be effective at reducing the transmission of cold and flu viruses from hands and surfaces. So, for hospital settings, respiratory illnesses and skin infections, alcohol-based sanitizers are good. Food-borne viruses, however, are a different story. So let's talk about 3 important food-borne viruses: Norovirus, Hepatitis E, and Hepatitis A. Norovirus causes the most food-borne illnesses globally. Norovirus causes severe but usually short-lived gastrointestinal symptoms. Victims experience vomiting, cramping, and diarrhea usually about 24 hours after eating the contaminated food. The illness itself usually resolves within 2 or 3 days. It rarely results in complication or death. Now, norovirus is a pretty special thing. The reason it accounts for so many cases, the most recent estimate is 685 million cases per year, is that it is the most infective agent known to man. It's thought that as little as 3 viral particles can cause illness. This means that one person with just a trace of norovirus containing fecal matter on their hands can infect thousands of people, which is what most likely happened in 2011 when frozen berries from a single source made at least 11,000 people sick. The source, as always, is in the email. Norovirus is a non-enveloped virus, making it structurally different from cold and flu viruses, which have a lipid membrane or an envelope around them. Here's the bad news. Norovirus can withstand alcohol-based sanitizers. Yes, that's right. The microorganism that causes more foodborne illness than any other is resistant to the active ingredient in most waterless hand sanitizers. Crazy. Now it's been shown that hepatitis E, another important foodborne pathogen, is also resistant to alcohols. Hepatitis E is the most common cause of acute viral hepatitis worldwide, with an estimated 3.3 million symptomatic cases worldwide every year. Like norovirus, hepatitis E is non-enveloped when it is in the environment. It becomes quasi-enveloped, they call it, inside an infected person. Hepatitis A is another virus that causes foodborne illnesses. Like norovirus and Hep E, it's spread mostly through the fecal-oral route. That is, it's spread by people who wash their hands poorly or not at all after using the toilet. Hepatitis A is completely unrelated to hepatitis E. They're both called hepatitis simply because they cause problems with people's livers. The non-enveloped nature of norovirus and Hep E is thought to confer their resistance to alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Hep A is also non-enveloped and is resistant to alcohol and some other common chemical disinfectants when it's on hard surfaces. Here are the takeaways. Alcohol-based waterless hand sanitizers are not effective at preventing foodborne illnesses caused by viruses, and they shouldn't be used as standalone hand hygiene solutions in the food industry. Water and soap hand washing should be the first line of defense against the spread of norovirus, hepatitis E, and hepatitis A.